Hi guys, have here my G-Shock square. This is a modified piece, a modded piece. Um, the word protection on top there is not marked in blue. So I'd like to paint protection and G-Shock as well down at the bottom there in blue so as to match the dial, the color of the dial. And you know, the factory bezel in this model, this is the yellow model or golden model, is naturally yellow. So it's matching indeed the dial of this watch. And like I said, it comes as it is. This is what you get when you purchase this watch. So I'd like to do something similar with the blue version of this G-Shock. And as well, in this variant of a G-Shock, this is a G-Lite or Glide G-Shock. You know, both words, protection and G-Shock at the bottom there, are matching the dial, blue dial. So I'm going to do something similar on my G-Shock. So you're going to need here, if you want to do this modding, if you want to mod your watch, you're going to need these markers. You need paint. Well, these are the ones I utilized indeed, and they are oil based. Okay, so I'm gonna use the blue one. I have 4 variants in red, white, black, and blue, so I'm gonna use the blue one for obvious reasons. And I was thinking about modifying this watch as well, but I'm not quite sure because this one is unworn. I haven't worn this watch. So perhaps I'm going to sell it, but if I would like to do it, I would be using, of course, the red marker there. So this is the GWB5600AR. And here we go. I just wrapped the watch into a little piece of plastic so as to protect the dial, but believe me, this is absolutely unnecessary. So I'm going to apply a little bit of paint on top of the bezel. There you go. Carefully applying your paint there, the blue paint. And I'm going to rub it off with using a piece of cloth there. So as you can see, we're getting a neat result there. Quite clean, quite cool indeed. And believe me, you need to rub it a little hard here because the paint sticks to the plastic rather quickly. So when you apply the paint there, you have only a few seconds to, take off the remainders on top of the surface. So let's apply a little bit of paint as well at the bottom of the watch there, the bezel, on top of the G-Shock thing there. So rub it off. There you go, guys. Let's apply a little bit of pressure here. And this is looking rather good there. So as you can see, there are a few, remainders about the paint there on top of the bezel. And let me take the plastic off the watch there. And further cleaning there. Thorough cleaning up the watch there. As you can see, things are not that bad. There's a little bit of paint as well. A remainder of paint there. So I'm going to rub it a little more there. And that's it. So as you can see here, we have a little problem because I don't know if you can notice, let me take again. Around the P there, the word protection on the top, there's a little problem because it hasn't been marked the way I want. It hasn't been painted the way I want. So I'm going to apply a little more paint there on top of the P. And probably R as well. There. So the paint is going to go along, the groove there. It's going to go in the groove there, and it's gonna stick there. Even if you won't be able to take the paint off the bezel there. All right, inside each letter there's a little groove there. You won't be able to take the paint off, so it's totally fine. It's working good. Look at that. Excuse me. And I see as well we have a little problem at the bottom because the G hasn't been painted as good as I want, as neatly as I want. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of paint as well there, a little more paint on top of the G. The S, sorry, it wasn't the G, it was the S. I'm doing a voice over, so that's why I tend to forget, and I don't see quite clearly, but believe me, the G and the S were missing a little paint there. So I'm gonna rub it off, and there you go, guys. That's a modded tough solar Casio G-Shock Square GW5600. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.